today I'm going to be reviewing for you this beautiful Moira Mega Concealer. If you want to see swatches and an application demo, please keep watching. Okay, first I'm going to give you some info about this concealer. It retails for $7 and you get 0.0178 of an ounce. It's supposed to be sheer to full coverage. It's supposed to cover dark circles and other imperfections around your face. It's supposed to be waterproof and long wear. It is cruelty-free, vegan, paraben-free, phthalate-free, and gluten-free. It can be used to highlight, conceal, and contour depending on the shades that you get. I got 2 shades. I got the shade 500 Nutty, and let me swatch that for you right now. My hand. It's a neutral, very neutral shade. And I also got the shade 300 Brulee. Well, this one is much lighter and very golden. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing a demo for you, an application demo, and I'm going to be using the shade Nutty because this shade is a better color for me than Brulee. So let's look at the demo. As you could see in that demo, application demo, that the color Nutty is the perfect match for my skin tone. This is the most full coverage concealer I have ever used in my life, drugstore or high end. This thing covers. It is full coverage, but it can be sheared out to be very, very sheer, depending on how you apply it. The catch with this concealer is it's got a learning curve. It is not an easy to use concealer. You really have to figure out how to use it. You can't apply it all over your face and then let it set for a few minutes and go back with a concealer brush. It'll be set completely, 100% set. It will not move. You have to apply this and then quickly, very quickly blend it out. But how you blend it out will ensure what it looks like. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. If you use your finger to pat it out, it will pat out with finger streaks in it. If you use a brush, a flat paddle brush, narrow paddle brush, you'll get the same thing, streaks. But if you use a fuller brush like this one and hold it at the tip and pat very, 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 very lightly, like no pressure whatsoever, it blends so smoothly and it's so full coverage, and a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of this goes such a long way. It dries instantaneously nearly. I mean, it will not move. Once it's dry, once it's almost dried down, it won't budge, it won't go anywhere. This concealer is exactly what it claims to be. Waterproof and extremely long wear. You don't have to set this powder with coverage, set this concealer with powder, because it sets on its own. It doesn't claim to be a self-setting concealer, but it literally, the way it dries down, it sets on its own. You don't need to put powder over it. I do anyway, but once it's set, it won't move. How it looks when it's just before it's set is how it will look at the end of the day. I mean, it won't budge. I don't know how many times I've said that. I feel like I'm a repeating robot, but this really doesn't budge. And I set it with powder, but you don't have to. You don't need to set this with anything at all. Another application tip when it comes to this concealer is that I have found that it works better when you don't put moisturizer underneath it. Moisturizer underneath it makes it to move around too much, but it sets just the same, just as quickly, but without blending smooth. You can't get a smooth blend with it over moisturizer, but it still sets just as quickly. So that's one thing about this. It is a wonderful concealer if you need really, really high coverage. I do not have to use a color corrector under this. This is the first concealer I haven't had to use a color corrector under, and it comes out no dark circles. I mean, none. Darkness on my chin, gone. Perfectly evened out, perfectly beautiful, and this is a first. If you don't mind trying to figure out how to use this concealer, I highly, highly recommend it. It is a bit finicky to use, but it is an awesome concealer and it covers. Now, for me, the shade Brulee is very brightening, and I most likely won't use it unless I want to highlight, and I don't like highlighting. I like my skin to look natural, and whatever it does, it does. I don't like using a ton of makeup. I just like covering the darkness on my face. Mostly I use a very lightweight skin tint and skincare, so that's it. If you like this review of the Moira Mega Concealer, please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And if you didn't, give me a thumbs down and tell me how I can improve. My name's Mimi, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.